What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ace Metaphor, and this is the Ace of Hearts podcast live. And I'm about to get everybody going, coming in. So as you coming in, make sure you hit the like button, the share button. Go in. Keeps happening to me. All right, there we go. That keeps happening to me. All right, let's get this popping. So I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. A lot of people talk about, standards. Having high standards, acting like a queen, carrying yourself in such a way that exemplifies your morals. But let me tell you this. Disclaimer: when you start really loving yourself, caring about yourself, when you start to have high self-esteem and you know what you are worth, it will disqualify people. When you set the bar high enough in your life to where you will not accept mistreatment, gaslight, you will not accept somebody not being able to reciprocate energy when it comes to dating, you will disqualify a lot of people. You'll hear a lot of people complain about your standards. People that don't want to raise to the occasion try to minimize you. They'll say you're not worth it. You too high maintenance. Why you asking for too much? Side note: when black women ask for just the bare minimum, ain't it always seeming like you're asking for too much? Oftentimes you are just asking for somebody to love you and you exclusively. Oftentimes you are asking for somebody to be a functional adult, have a job. I don't know how to read a book. A lot of times you're not asking for too much. It's just when you have standards of what you're not going to settle, because you know settling leads to what? Suffering. Settling leads to unhappiness. Settling when it comes to dating leads to you being unevenly yoked. Oftentimes you'll have men ask what you bring to the table. And the only reason they asking that is because they don't bring shit to the table themselves. And you are saying to yourself, I am no longer settling for someone that's going to reach off of me. I'm no longer getting into a relationship and yoking my spirit with someone that hasn't found theirs. I am no longer being a girlfriend to a boyfriend. And when you decide to do that, guess what? Your options disappear. When you decide to do that, guess what? You are single longer than you would like. When you decide to do that, guess what? People will look at you sideways because the girl next to you and the girl before you didn't require that man to actually be one in order to be entertained by her. And so when you come and you ask that man, hey, what are your intentions when it comes to dating? He looks at you crazy because he has sat down table after table, date after date with women who are afraid of asking what his intentions is because they don't want to scare him away. Fuck scaring a man that ain't fuck scaring a man away that ain't for you. Oh, nigga. I hope you scare that nigga away that only wanted to play with your heart. I hope those questions intimidate the man for wanting to take you on a second date and a third date and wasting more of your time and tearing your self-confidence. All right? And leading you on. I hope your success and how bright your light shines make him feel small as a man. And he say, you know what? I'm going to check out of this situation before I try to crush her. Before I try to make her seem like she's being masculine simply because you're being a functioning adult in 2023-24. So what I'm saying is quit fearing scaring these men away. Quit fearing disqualifying men when it comes to dating. Guess what? That is a blessing. Oftentimes you don't know who God is taking out of your life. Oftentimes he is working right for you. He is being that person on your shoulder telling you, he ain't right. This is your protection. This person is just gonna waste your time. And what do? When he is defending fuck boys out of your life, left and right. He is blocking fuck boys out of your your life, left and right. I'm talking about blocking. I'm talking about he getting them out. He the bouncer, like, nah, you can't get in here, fam. You can't mess with my daughter, fam. He is doing that in your life, and what do? Complain. You ain't had your heart broken in the last 3 years. You ain't had somebody give you something sexually that you didn't want. You ain't had nobody cheating on you in the last 4 years. You ain't had nobody wasting your time. You ain't had nobody take you away from your purpose. You have grown as a person so much in your single space. But what do? Complain. Even though you don't see how much calamity he is keeping out of your life. How many of Satan's spawns he is keeping from being yoked with your spirit. How many soul ties he is helping you avoid in this space. But here you are complaining, God, but why ain't I got no man? He like, you don't know how much work I'm doing for you behind the scenes. Let me tell you something. Your goal is to find all men, not to be appeasing to all men. To find that one that loves you, that one that can match your energy, that one that's gonna show up in this relationship day in and day out. That one that when you yoke with it feels like it brings the best out of you, not the worst out of you. But too often, you guys are getting discouraged because a man, any man, these men, those men don't see your worth. It was never supposed to be in your life in the fucking first place. Quit letting men that was never supposed to be in your life convince you that you're not worthy of the right man that's supposed to be in your life. Listen, ain't it always the people that don't meet your standards that got a motherfucking problem with you having them? I'm gonna repeat that. Ain't it always the people that can't meet your standards that always got a motherfucking problem with you having them? Why the quit letting people that aren't qualified to date you dictate what you consider date worthy for you. If this man can't meet your standards, he ain't got no business being able to tell you how unreasonable your standards are. Listen, everything is too expensive to a broke person. Ooh, that man's that man's integrity account ain't where it need to be. He's overdrawn on faithfulness. This man is deficient of morals. This man is absent when it comes to qualifications. And so when he sees you ask for something he ain't got, what do he want to do with you? Bargain. He want to negotiate you out of your standards, don't he? Well, you ask for too much. I mean, I really just think that you should give me your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole body, access to your future. I think you should give it to me for a couple compliments. I mean, who the fuck you think you are? You know, these compliments was good enough for these other women. I mean, can I just make you empty promises instead? Can I just give you an IOU? I mean, I'm working on myself. Eventually, I am gonna get there. I just need some more time. You should take that. That's good enough for you, especially you, black woman. Ain't that what it comes down to? Then they want to make you feel like shit because here's the thing: if I knock you off your pedestal, now you down here with me. Now you see me as an option. Now you give me a chance. Now you ain't shit also. What I'm trying to tell you is quit trying to get down these men's level. Quit getting on your hands and feet so they can understand why you have your standards so high. Quit trying to pull them up with you. My point is, if you don't see your standards as a protection, that will be the first thing you abandon as soon as you find a motherfucker you like. As soon as you find a man you like, the first motherfucking thing you do is abandon your standards. It's the first thing you do. You know certain behaviors are beneath you. You know man ain't earned this yet, but you like him. I mean, but hey, you just say you ain't seen him. Hey, I mean, you ain't seen him. I mean, I believe in him. You knew this nigga 2 weeks talking about, I believe in him. One thing, I'm telling you, one thing a woman will do is believe in a handsome nigga's dream. Y'all will believe in that man's dream. What the fuck does his chiseled features have to do with his ability to make that dream come true? Oh man, it sound nice. That nigga be telling you his dream on a date and shit. You be like, huh? So you gonna do what? I mean, wow, you got plans. Meanwhile, he a whole 36 years old. Whole 36 talking about what the fuck he gonna do. No, Tell me what the fuck you have done. We too grown for this what you gonna do shit. I'm on a date to figure out what you have done. You keep telling me what you gonna do, what the plan is, in the future you gonna become this. Okay, you want a cookie? I'm on a date to evaluate what you are currently doing and what you have done. What you have done is look, what you have, you know what the best predictor of what's gonna happen in the future is what the motherfucker did in the past. What are your habits? What do you do when you face adversity? How have you overcome it? What are your past relationships like? How have you healed from those mistakes? Tell me about what the fuck you have done before you came to this date with me. Y'all be so entrenched in a motherfucker telling you what the fuck he gonna do. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go to therapy. I'm gonna get my money right. I'm gonna eventually get a degree. I'm gonna eventually be on your level. All this bullshit, and you wonder why you keep getting hurt. Because you keep living in this illusion of potential. Don't nobody love potential like a woman that's attracted to a nigga. Because listen, if you are hanging on to potential, understand it's because in that dating situation, there's nothing else to grasp on. You can't grasp on present because at the present time, you're not being treated right. Your standards are not being met. So you don't brag about this man's presence to your friends. You don't tell your friends what he is currently doing. You can't brag about his past because the nigga is 36 still flipping burgers. No offense. No offense. Maybe he owned McDonald's. I don't know. And so you don't, but what you know, but he telling me he gonna drop this mixtape. And I mean, I heard it, girl. It's fire. It's fire. I mean, I really believe in his dreams. Let me say this. Here's a problem that I see. You will believe in a man's potential, but you will not believe in your worth. I said it. You will believe in a man's potential so fucking much, but you will not believe in your worth. You will believe in a man so much, you will give this man chance after chance after chance after chance, but let you fuck up in your own life. You so hard on yourself. You don't forgive yourself. You always beating yourself up for mistakes you made. Let this man treat you wrong. Let this man do you dirty. You so quick to forgive him. You so quick to forgive him. Where's that energy when it come to you? Where's that willingness to build yourself? I mean, ladies, I hate to pour it on you, but the idea of building with a man is so fucking like that's like for some women, that's the pinnacle of partners. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to find a man to build with. You ain't built with yourself yet. You ain't achieved your goals. You ain't found your path, your purpose. You ain't healed your motherfucking self. And you so quick, you avoided those things to find a man to give all that attention to that you should be giving to your damn self. Fuck building him, build you. Fuck helping him find his manliness. Find your manliness. Find where you're supposed to go. Fuck healing his heart, nigga. Look at yours. All that attention you want to give to this man, did you give it to yourself first? Why don't you put your life jacket on first? Huh? Why don't you save you first? Y'all always out here wanting to build a man. Teach him how to love and shit. Why don't you focus on you? You cannot wait to sacrifice your prime years fucking with some nigga that's gonna leave you anyway. And y'all know I ain't lying. You know I'm not lying. You had a kid with this man. Guess whose dreams it really slowed down? Let's call a spade a spade. He out here still living life. He come over twice a month bringing McDonald's and shit. Kids love it. But you with those kids, 28 days of the month. 28 days. He got the kids, 4 or 5 of them. Whose dreams really got slowed down in that process? His or yours? Oh no, we talking. Oh no. Y'all thought we weren't gonna be talking this morning. Y'all thought we weren't gonna be talking this morning. We are talking this morning. Okay. Y'all thought we would. Y'all thought we would be talking this morning. We are talking this morning. I, I- it goes back to this. Imagine if you gave yourself half. I mean, I'm talking about half the effort, half the trust, half the belief, half of the forgiveness that you were so willing to give that dusty ass man that never gave it back to you. Imagine if you gave all those things to you instead. Instead. Imagine if you took all those hours back that you thought about a man that's not thinking about your ass and you put it to your plan of life. You read a book, you went to school, you worked on therapy, you went to therapy. Oh my God, you worked on a hobby. You found out what you like. You took all that time, you helped him pay his rent and shit. You booked you a flight, got you a passport, you traveled, you cultured yourself. Imagine if you didn't have that kid by that person you know didn't deserve you giving him one. I just don't want women to continue to put your all in a man. Put your all in a man. You could have put your all into God instead. Your all into your purpose instead. You putting your all into somebody that's so fucking fickle. These niggas ain't loyal these days, man. Y'all giving y'all all the men that are 23. Them are boys. That nigga, bruh, listen, trust me, man. God damn. One thing I can tell you is, as long as you are alive, you will always be in your life. Period. That's the one thing I can promise you. As long as you are alive, you will always be in your life. You will always be there for you. What I am saying is, when it comes to making decision makings, if another person ain't promised you, another person ain't promised you. I don't even know which one is the ring finger right here. If another one ain't promised you to love you and be there the rest of your life, then do not sacrifice. Do not put on hold. Do not stop your healing, your progression for these temporary ass men. How many permanent men have you had in your life? I'll wait. How many permanent men have you had in your life? Now think about how many temporary men you've had in your life. How many men said they was going to do right by you? How many men made promises versus how many men kept promises? How many men actually turned in to the potential that you believe, and even if they did, rewarded you for your sacrifice in your work in helping them be there or helping them get there? My point is, men be so fickle. Make sure you got you. Make sure you straight. Make sure you prioritize your heart, your healing, your body, your mind, and your soul. Make sure you don't live with regrets because you gave up your career or your path or what you wanted to do with your life for a temporary ass nigga. The reason why I say that is why punish your listen, why are you punishing your permanent self? You got to live with you. When that man leaves, you got to live with you. So you can't give him pieces he ain't earned yet. Because when he leave, sometimes he taking that shit with him. If that man ain't agreed to be permanent, if he ain't showed you that he can be permanent, if there isn't time that's passed that tells you that he is a fixture, quit sacrificing you for a man that may not be there anyway. So when we be telling these women, fuck doing this for yourself, fuck getting your education, fuck getting your own house and your car, wait for a man to do it for you. It's the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my life. And I know people gonna get on this live. See, you just a feminist HD, you breaking up families and shit. When a woman educates herself, she disqualifies niggas. You need to stop. Listen, all these men that's preaching to you this dumbass shit, I can't wait till they have daughters. I cannot wait. You meaning to tell me, I'm going to tell my daughter, hey, listen, just focus on being pretty and depend on a man to feed you. Okay, if you meet a man that you really like, if he's high value, don't wait until he commits to you. Don't wait until you guys are married and you have security and then backup plans in order to give up your career and in order to give up your purpose and your path. Do it as soon as you like that nigga. You got to prove to him that you can be a wife first. Sometimes it's not gonna work out. You're gonna have to start over every single time that man leaves you and disappoint you. But that's the only way you're gonna get a man, because that's your sole purpose in life. Huh? And I think some of these men don't understand what they be saying. So I'm gonna give it to you straight, no chaser. No one will ever be able to replace the you in you. Even in healthy, productive, functional relationships where there is security and provision being provided, he can't love you for you. He can't be your everything. Even if this man is the most perfect man you've ever met, the one person in his life you cannot neglect is you. The one person in this life you cannot give up on is you. The one person in this life you cannot stop dating is you. Period. This will be your protection from unhealthy relationships, and this will be your fuel to continue healthy ones. Now, I got to say this before I move on, because I think now that we talking about singleness, I got to say this. Um, you know what the problem is? Some of y'all, some of y'all treat or view your singleness like it's a disease, man. Like you are upset. You are down on yourself because you are single. Let me tell you something. Being single by choice ain't a motherfucking. Oh my God. The internet done convinced you that the internet have convinced. Oh, let me get this out right because I'm about to spit on it. Quit letting the internet convince you that being single by choice is a bad thing. You know, and I know right now, if you wanted any man, you can go get any man, but you got standards and you're not settling. You're not going to be codependent. You're not going to let somebody run over you. And just because you have that, people going to chastise you and make it seem like something is wrong with you because you are still single. Tell them, no, I'm not still single. I am single by choice. It's a whole different thing. If you are single because you have standards that most people can't meet, that is a blessing. It is a protection. You know how many people right now in relationships being drugged through the mud because they couldn't be single by choice. That codependency didn't let them stay single. That void feeling that they wanted to do in their life, them daddy issues, they couldn't fight it long enough to stay single. They couldn't be single long enough to find themselves, their purpose, their path. They couldn't be single by choice. This is why you have so many people in these raggedy ass relationships getting their heart crushed one day at a time by a stranger that they don't even fucking realize or recognize because they didn't even truly know that person. You are single by choice. There's a difference. Choice means you got the ability to look somebody in the face and say, listen, you cool, but you ain't right for me. You got the ability to walk away from people that bring bullshit in your life. Being single by choice is never a bad thing. It is never something you should allow somebody to make you feel small for, especially around this holiday season. Every time you go into that house, full of that family members that's gonna try to nitpick you. You girl, you still single? Auntie, you done been cheated on 30 times by uncle. Grandma, you done been divorced 45 times. Shut the fuck up talking to me. There are people that just will give there are people that will try to chip away at you, man, because there you are, walking in your purpose. There you are, fully healed inside yourself. There you are, not letting some raggedy ass nigga play in your motherfucking face. And you know what? Them people in them unhappy ass relationships, they envy you for real. They do. They wish they didn't have to worry about somebody fucking messing up their motherfucking day every single day. And yet, what they want to do is bring you down a peg because misery loves company. What I'm saying is, if they were so happy in their motherfucking relationship, why the fuck they worried about whether you single or not? Hmm? I mean, but if you, I mean, boy, I mean, girl, you still single? Why ain't you married yet? Bitch, get out of my life. Nobody want what you and granddad got. Yeah, y'all stayed married for 40 years, but granddad done gambled away a house 45 times, man. Granddad got 3 illegitimate children in this motherfucker talking about, you should get married. Grandma, respectfully, I love you. Just make the peach cobbler. Okay. Finish making the peach cobbler. I do not want relationship advice for you. Side note, just because you've been married a long time don't mean you qualified to give advice. Shut the fuck up. The only thing you good at is endurance and tolerating bullshit. I don't even know if I want advice on that. Now, if you've been happily, productively, faithfully married for 20 some years, we can talk. But grandma, grandma, shit, I got all these cousins. They ain't come from you. What the fuck is going on? Grandma, shh, grandma. I don't want to hear it, grandma. That's the reason I did not come for your relationship advice. Advice, grandma. I want the peach cobbler. Shh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop me. Stop. Why are y'all letting me do this? Grandma swear because she done stayed married to that nigga 50 years, she know what the fuck she talking about. Got- Grandma, respectfully. Shots came for the cobbler. Okay, back to business. oh, oh my god. Okay. What was I talking about? Okay. I want to go back to this. Single by choice. You're not single. You're single by choice, and there's a difference. You are choosing not to settle for mediocrity. You are choosing not to be led astray. You are choosing not to allow men that's only full of empty promises to hook you. You are refusing to lower your standards. You are choosing to be single and choose you instead of giving yourself to a man that don't deserve you. You are choosing happiness. You are choosing progression. You are choosing to find yourself. You are choosing God. When you are choosing singleness, never let somebody make you feel bad for choosing you, for not settling on you, for not giving up on you, for not choosing to be in a relationship just because people are trying to peer pressure you. Simply because you can't deal with the quote unquote loneliness singleness may bring. Simply because you ain't full of yourself so much, now you need a man to come and complete you. Tell him, hey, I'm complete myself, fam. I am. And I'm choosing to wait till I find somebody that's equally as complete as me. I'm choosing to wait until God sends me my Mr. Right. I am choosing to wait until I finish my healing. I am not single because I am not single because I don't have no choice in the matter. I'm not single because nobody want me. All these motherfuckers want me. I'm single because I don't want none of these motherfuckers. Oh shit. No. I said I ain't single because none of these motherfuckers want me. I'm single because I don't want none of these motherfuckers. There's a motherfucking difference. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference. Okay. There's a difference. One more time. One more time. I'm gonna say it without cussing. Tell them I'm not single because nobody want me. I'm single because I don't want nobody. I don't want none of these people. I don't want no toxicity. I don't want no projects of men or women. I don't want somebody that's just coming in my life to leech from me. I don't want some of these incomplete men that didn't grow from their mama that you need to send them back for another couple years so their mama can finish the job they should have did before they sent them to you. You need to tell these people you ain't single because you ain't single because you're not qualified. No, you single because you are qualified. You're not single because you don't have standards. You're single because you do have standards. You're not single because you're not desirable. You're single because you are desirable, and any fuck boy will be attracted to you. So you got to be able to vet which ones are fuck boys and which ones are real men. Tell them the reason you are single is because you're not settling, because you got standards, and you're not going to give up your protection of being able to disqualify motherfuckers that ain't right for you. Tell them you are single by choice, not because you can't get a man, because right now you ain't found one worthy of your attention. Period. Talking about you single because you can't find a man. You should see, tell them you should see my inbox. I'm single because I'm choosing me. I'm single because I'm a permanent fixture in my life. And I refuse to commit to someone that also a permanent fixture in my life. I am getting sick of giving all of me to men that are so temporary. That's so temporary. So yes, I'm single by choice, and that ain't something to make me feel bad about. Actually, I'm proud about it. You know why? Because like I said before, there are so many women right now in fucked up situations because they couldn't be single by choice. Being single by choice takes discipline. It takes being able to tell yourself no. It takes being able to not go to that dick appointment. It takes being able to take yourself on a date and be full from your entertainment of yourself. It takes being able to have a support system of friends and platonic male relationships so that you don't feel like you got to give your all to an unqualified man simply because you lonely, simply because you want companionship, simply because you want to feel loved. You got love. What I'm saying is, people shit on people that's single by choice as if it's easy to be single by choice. Guess what? It is harder to be single by choice than it is to get into unqualified, unsavory, toxic ass, unbuilding or becoming of a functional relationship as relationships. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. It is easier to get into a toxic relationship than it is to be single by choice. So remember that the next time a motherfucker try to make you feel bad because you single by choice. It actually takes more discipline. Anybody can get in these fucked up relationships. Case study is all your friends. All those friends and shit that be calling you talking about Reggie's ass. Period. I sit. Why is Siri listening to me? I don't like that. Um now now I gotta say this for the real niggas on here. Now, the one thing I'm gonna give men a little credit for, smidge, smidge, smidge credit is that men typically embrace being single by choice. Now, the reason I say men, I want to differentiate. I'm gonna say healed men and unhealed men, though. Healed men use their single space in order to further their lives. I'm not filling my single space with escapades and chasing women, and I'm not doing it. I'm not chasing women. I'm not throwing money at them. I'm not trying to. No, I'm using my single space to save, to hustle, to educate myself, to get this business off the ground, to establish myself as a functional adult, to learn lessons in discipline and leadership and structure. Hopefully, you are one of those men that's single by choice and you're focusing on those things. But if you are single by choice simply because you want to chase women, you want to have sex with different women every night of the night of the week, you want to spend all your money on cars and shit and houses trying to impress them. I was the biggest difference in my life that took me from being, you know, and right now we're just gonna use money. Took me from being a decent catch as a man to a great catch as a man was when I used my single space instead of chasing women to chase my dreams instead. And I just would encourage men out here, man. You do not have to womanize to be single. You do not have to be chasing women to be single. Focus on you, focus on your paper, focus on progressing yourself, focus on you healing yourself and use your single space for that. And when you get 30, now you're 30, you ain't got a whole bunch of bodies on your system and in your spirit, but you got a whole bunch of M's in your bank account. You got a whole bunch of degrees on your wall. You got a whole bunch of completed courses when it comes to anger management and therapy. And now you're able to find that woman that you that actually deserves you and you deserve her back. All right. So, anywho, that's been another episode of the Ace of Met. Ah, shit. That's been another episode of the Ace Metaphor podcast. If y'all enjoyed anything I talked about, make sure you hit the share button, the like and share button. Right now, we went live on Facebook, we went live on YouTube and Instagram. These clips will be coming off I gotta edit some clips, so these will be up soon. I love you guys. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.